Hey, good morning, kindergartners. How are you today? I hope you're still in your pajamas this morning and that you're sort of taking it easy. We've had a busy week and all this snow is very exciting. So hopefully today you'll get a chance to go out and play in it a little bit more. Today I want to talk about our homework. There's a couple things that I want to talk about. So on Monday, we have Friday night sleep, Saturday night sleep, and Sunday night sleep. So after those 3 sleeps, it will be Monday. And when you come to school on Monday, that will be our 101 day of school. And so many of you, not all of you, but many of you have brought into class 101 things. I've seen some really creative, really wonderful things. One of the students made a Lego sculpture or a Lego scene, and I want you to know that if you do something like that, I'm going to give you your Legos back. So I thought it was super creative. So if you want to build something, but you're afraid to bring in your Legos or your toys, it's just to share and talk about with the class, and then it's going to go back home with you. So I still want to give everybody a chance to do that. It has to be 101 things. So this boy did 101 Legos. I've seen 101 basketballs on a poster. I've seen 101 beads on a necklace, candied hearts on a poster. You just get creative about, or pasta being brought in, or cereal, 101 pieces of cereal. So I love all of that. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be something that's hard to find or that we have to go out and buy. Gosh, no. It's more important to me that you took the time and you found 101 things to bring in. And it doesn't even all have to be the same thing. It can be 101, different items. It doesn't have to be all the same. So I want to give you an opportunity to do that, and you bring it in with you on Monday, and you'll share it with the class, and then we'll send it back home to you. So 101 days on Monday. If you can, dress like a dog or a Dalmatian, or if you don't, then just bring your excitement, and we're going to do lots of different 101 things that day. It'll be super fun, and always some treats involved. So that's one thing. The other thing that I want to say is that next week we are appreciating our aides. So we have a morning aide. Miss Terry works with us in the morning, and she does amazing things with all of you, with our class, and working with pulling them out and working with them one-on-one on their individual needed skills. So she's amazing, and we're going to work to show our appreciation to Terry next week as well. And so I'm going to send out a message about maybe how you can do that at home. Also in the afternoon, we have Mrs. C. We're lucky enough to have Mrs. C with us through our whole session, which is a gift, and she does amazing work with our students too. You all know Mrs. C very well. So next week we're going to show our appreciation for all that they do. They're busy working and helping to support me so that I can be a better teacher for you. So I certainly couldn't do kindergarten without them, and they're sort of part of they are part of our family. So I'll send a remind message to moms and dads, and come up with some ways that maybe you at home can show your appreciation for them next week. So now we can talk about homework. Let's get our homework out. I'm really excited about our homework because yesterday we worked on addition and subtraction, and that is confusing. So I feel like once we understand that we are adding and talking about how many in all, then we understand that we are creating circles or objects for each number, and then we're counting how many in all. We get very confused when we start talking about taking away or subtraction. We want to do the same thing, but these are two different ways of doing mathematics, boys and girls. So when we do subtraction, we need to be thinking take away, take away, take away. So I'm only going to draw one set of pictures or one group of objects or tally marks or whatever it is, and I'm taking away. I'm going to take away each object as it tells me to. So that's what we're working on, and we will continue to work on. We're just like almost there with it. So we just need to work on recognizing what we have to do so that we can do it. That's just the hardest part. So taking a look at our homework, this week we talked about the sounds, the letter name and the sounds associated with V, W, X, and Y. We learned 2 new words, have and they. And our vibe this week was really important. I can always improve if I keep trying. And we talked about that a lot in the afternoon class, and I'm definitely missing my morning class this week. But we talked about how whether we're at school or we're at home, in order to be better at something, it takes work, and in order to improve at something, that takes practice and training, and we don't just do it one time and we're done. If we want to be good about our subtraction and addition, then we're going to work to improve on that. If we want to be good at making basketball shots, we're going to work to improve on that, or making a handstand, or whatever it is for you. For me at school, it's about how can we improve, how can we do better with our reading, with our numbers, with our counting, with just sort of anything that we do with our sounds, building words. These are all things with our writing. These are all things that take time to improve. You don't just show up and are perfect. And of course, we never get to perfect. We just work to get a little bit closer each time. Okay, Mrs. Anderson, enough. Let's talk about our homework. The very first page is we love addition. And I do. Addition is always the easier math to do for sure. So what we're doing here is we're counting how many objects we have in all. So I have hearts, and then over here I've got puppies eating all those little hearts, but I want to know how many objects I have in all. Anytime that we see the plus sign, we have to be thinking in all, together, in all. So we're going to count those, and you can cut them out here, or you can write the number there, okay? When we think of subtraction, we need to think about take away, and that is harder. And sometimes when we are adding with 0 or subtracting with 0, that's hard too. So I know that from this week that's something that we have to work on. It's hard to think about something that is nothing. It is, and once we figure that out and we are comfortable with that, we're working to improve on that, then it'll be easy. So on this one, it's crossing out subtraction. So they've given you an example here. That's perfect. I didn't have to do anything. So our first number is always the number that tells us how many objects we're going to draw. So also the other thing that I want you to do when you're doing your addition and your subtraction is I want you to circle your sign. And when we're circling the sign, we need to be saying, take away, take away. And we read our sentence. Yes, it is a sentence. It's a math sentence. So 4 take away 3 equals 1. So that tells me that when I have 4 hearts to begin with, that I'm going to take away how many? How many shapes or hearts am I going to take away? 3. When we read the sentence, that's exactly what it tells us. So we cross out 3. And then we always ask with subtraction, how many are left? How many are left? And we have 1. So if we take a look at the next sentence, the next math sentence, let's go ahead and read that. So 5 take away 3 equals, and again, because we're doing takeaway, I really want to focus on what that means. So I'm going to circle my sign, Okay, I'm going to read it again because it helps me to know what I need to do. The more that I read it, the more I know how I'm going to solve it. So 5 take away 3 equals, I start with 5, I'm going to take away 3. Okay, so if I am drawing, I'll draw hearts. How many hearts am I going to start with? What was my first number? 3, or sorry, 5. Yikes, 5. My first number was 5. 5 take away 3. So I need to take away 3. And how many are left? And yesterday, boys and girls, we did an art project with equals. And so at the very end, once we've solved it, we have to make sure, is 5 take away 3 the same as 2? Is 5 take away 3 the same as 2? Is it equal? Yes, it is. I can see that by my picture here, and 2 hearts is the same as number 2. Okay, so I really want you to take your time. Moms and dads at home, please watch as your child's doing this, because it is something that we are struggling with in school. It's very easy as we start to learn these new skills to confuse what we're supposed to be doing. Are we counting all of the objects, or are we taking away? And making sure that we're circling our sign. So if you are helping at home, allow them to struggle through it so that they can figure it out, so that they can do it. And so help them as needed, but allow them to sort of go back. And we talk a lot in class about show your work, okay? We love to make 10 is the next page. This takes what we know about addition to that next level. So we have to come up with the numbers. So if we're taking a look at the first one here, boys and girls, we know just by looking at this that this is a 10 frame. And so we see equals 10 all the way, because we know if we filled up the whole frame, it would be 10. And what we're really talking about here are number partners, okay? And number partners are when we take 2 numbers to make 1. So here our one number that we're making is 10. So how are we going to do that? So first we're going to count how many hearts are in the 10 frame. And I like to show my counting by marking it. So I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I mark what I'm counting, I can see that I've counted it and I'm not making mistakes in my counting. So I have 8 hearts, so that's going to be my first number. Okay, this is just like our bubble math, boys and girls. I say this all the time with our homework. We have been doing this since day 1, okay? How many bubbles have I blown in all? How many hearts? And there are 8, okay? How many more do I need to get to 10? How many more bubbles or hearts do I need to add to get to 10? And I feel very good that we should be able to subatize that we need 2 more. So boys and girls, when we talk about number partners, we can see that when I add 8 and 2 together, that they make 10. So 2 numbers together making 1 number, those are number partners. And 8 and 10. So I feel really good about this. We have been doing bubble math for a long time now. We just didn't know we were doing bubble math. Okay, also this week, and perhaps last week, I think from last week, we talked a lot about is a letter a vowel or a consonant? And so this is a new idea for us that we're going to work to improve on. And so down here we have lots of letters that are vowels. They're all vowels. There are no consonants here for us to solve. The consonants have already been given to us. So what we have to do is we have to figure out which of these vowels goes with the picture and completes the word. So, and what you want to do is take a look at the picture. What is the picture? Hat. hat. So what's that sound? It's like when we do our Haggerty, our brain exercises. Hat, hat. And hopefully you can hear that sound. But if not, another way, boys and girls, to listen for it is if we know we're looking at a hat, excuse me, we can stretch it out just like we do, like we're going to knock it out of the ballpark. And we say hat. We say hat. Okay? So we can do it that way. At. They gave us this part and they gave us this part. We have to figure out the middle sound. So boys and girls, you spend your time doing that. We have hat, box, cup, leg, fish, 6, flag, pen, dog. Those are your pictures, boys and girls. You say them, slow them down as you say them so you can hear them. All right, I love these. I always love when we do fun stuff with our sight words or the words that we know. So these are our words down here. And if I color my pictures or color my, for each sight word, it's a different color. So our best strategy, boys and girls, is to always know what our colors are first. So my is going to be blue. So our best strategy is to color those words so we know already what it is, okay? And look is green. To, the word to is red. Is yellow. And is purple. So those are our colors already. Just do the best you can with what you have at home. If you don't have these colors at home, can you use different colors? Yes. Just make sure that you're coloring so that you know which word is what color. It's okay if it doesn't match the color name. It's okay. It's more important that we recognize that every my must be a color. Every look must be the same color. Every to is the same color, and so on. Okay? It's okay if you don't have those colors at home. You just do the best you can with what you have. If you're like my house, we have red but not blue. We have yellow and green but probably not purple. It's probably under someone's bed. So it's okay. Work with what you have. Here we're doing our sentences. So they're not giving you all the words and you put them together. You have to come up with your own. So it says write your own sentence that includes 2 words given to you. So boys and girls, they have given us the word like and they have given us the word dog. Now you use the words you know. We have a lot of words we know. I know you don't have them with you at home. You know, your little word rings that we keep in our toolboxes. But say it in your head. What sentence can you come up with for like dog? Now, you could say, I like my dog. Or you could say, I can walk a dog. You get as creative as you want to. Write the words as you hear them. I'm not looking for perfect spelling. That's not what we practice. We do not try to improve our spelling. We try to improve how we hear the letters and the words, okay? So go school, see frog. I can't wait to read that one. So in boys and girls, I do read all of your homework. I have a whole bunch of homework to look at. It keeps piling up on me. And so it might be some time to come back to you, but I especially love to read the sentence building or the sentence writing that you guys do. That's the part that I go to first to see how we're doing. And when we do that, I looked for our handwriting, look to make sure that I can read it. I look to make sure that we're starting with a capital. I look to make sure that we have finger spaces or spaces between our words. And I look for that punctuation, okay? And I also look to see if we're writing as we hear it. Writing as we hear it. I know if I look at a paper and it's spelled perfectly that perhaps somebody helped us with the spelling. That doesn't help us as students. So it's really important, boys and girls, you show your own work here. It's great if brothers and sisters and family members help, but it doesn't help us if they're telling us. Does that make sense? So I really want to challenge you guys to do this on your own. There's a lot of great skills here, okay? You guys work on that. Have a super fabulous day. I know it was a really long video. I'm gonna cut it short now. All right, you guys, see ya. Have a great day. I'll Zoom with some of you later today. Bye.